It's so homophobic because you're saying there's something wrong with being homosexual. By saying that you are opposed to gay marriage, you're saying you're opposed to gay people. Yeah. Because if gay people are in love with each other and they want to have a celebration and they want to be legally bonded and connected, and there's all sorts of benefits to that in terms of
financial benefits. You build it into the system. Yeah.
But not only that, like if your loved one is in jail or not in jail, well, that's
on trial. You can't.
Or I was going to say in a hospital.
Oh, that's right. You have access to them. Yeah.
You have access to them, and you're the only one that has access to them because you're their spouse. You're the one who has power of attorney if they're incapacitated. Like this, there's a lot to affirming that relationship. Yeah. And the fact that they're going after that now, that's the kind of shit that keeps me from being a Republican. Yeah. It's only one of the there's a bunch of shit that keeps me from being a Republican. Yeah. But that's one of the, people will say oh, you're a secret conservative. I'm like, you could suck my dick. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm so far away from being a Republican. Yeah. Just because I believe in the Second Amendment and just because I support the military and just because I support police. Yeah. I was on welfare as a kid. I think it's important. I think having a social safety net is
great.
Crucial.
Yes.
It's crucial.
Yeah.
We should help each other. We're supposed to be one big community. I'm a bleeding heart liberal when it comes to a lot of shit.
There it is.
I just also believe in discipline and hard work.
Yes.
That's where I fall into the more conservative side.
And
but
that's
I'm
okay.
But I'm not a person who wants to keep all my money and not pay taxes. People have accused me of moving to Texas because I didn't want to pay taxes. No, I moved to Texas because I want fucking freedom. Yeah. I didn't like the way California was telling people they can and can't work. Telling people what is essential. This is an essential business. Who the fuck are you?
A liquor store is essential.
And I'm looking at insanely unhealthy people that are dictating the health regulations of what you can and can't do. Yeah. You can't dine outside, and I'm looking at fucking Skeletor telling me this. You're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind.
But that's the problem, is that the second that you agree with one thing,
right, they want to label you.
They label you, and it's everybody. I don't care who the fuck you are. You agree with something conservative and you agree with something liberal. I don't give a fuck who you are. Just within this tribal mindset where everything is black and white, what they do is they get votes by making everybody the absolute villain. And they're abusing it for votes. But if you're actually going to be a real person, you're going to be both. I mean, Chris Rock had that great joke. There's something I'm conservative about, there's something I'm liberal about, whatever. And it's that's every human being.
Every human being. Except really crazy people that are just ideologically captured.
Grifting.
Yeah, well, there's grifters, but there's also people that are just in a fucking cult, and those are the people that wanted to burn Christians. And those are the people that, this is...
How far does that cult go? That's the thing. Yeah. It's you let that start right now, where does it end? Right. If they're the bad guy, and they're awful, and they're Nazis,
you gotta kill them. Yeah, I mean, that's what people have done throughout time. They've othered.
They dehumanize.
Yeah, they dehumanize.
And once you're not a human, you could do anything to that person.
Right. You could burn witches. It's a witch.
You could harass them. You could harass their families.
Oh, yeah.
And it's okay because they disagree with you and they agree with something quote-unquote evil.
Exactly.
When you might agree with something that your side also thinks is evil.
Right.
But you're not willing to admit it because you're scared.
Right. They'll whisper it to you.
Exactly.
I'm with you on this one.
We meet all these people. I talk to these, sometimes these motherfuckers from super liberal organizations will DM me and I'll ask them about it. Yeah. And they're honest in the DMs. And I'm like, you fucking phony.
Yeah.
You fucking phony, dude. It's a grift. That's where I think it's a grift. I think
it's more of a cowardice than a grift.
Yeah.
With a lot of folks, they're just scared of encountering the wrath of the cult.
You just got to be careful that when you have the wrath of the cult, that you don't ease into the comfort of the side that supports you.
Right.
Because you'll feel their wrath the second you move away from them.
Right.
You're a man on an island, and it's hard to be on an island because now both sides can be upset at you.
Right.
It's yeah, that's the trickiest thing. When you feel the total wrath of the opposition, it's hard to be but they do have a point about these certain things.
You got to do that, though.
You have to, or else you just become the same fraud that you hate.
Yeah, you become them, and I don't subscribe to that. I think you have to always say what you actually think about things and look at them objectively if you can. And sometimes we're gonna fail at that because we're gonna be in the moment. You're gonna be overwhelmed or captured or trapped in your thoughts, but at the end of the day, we all want similar things. We all want a peaceful society where your children and your family and your friends can prosper and you want people to have the freedom to live the way they choose. The problem is when people start infringing on other people's freedoms. Yeah. That's what drives me crazy. That's what's driving me crazy about this gay marriage thing, and that's what's driving me crazy about this abortion thing. It's like, who are you to fucking tell people what they can and can't do? Yeah. Like, it's not what benefits us as a culture. What benefits as a culture is trying to see how the other people see and feel and find common ground.